Last year, Nikon took a rather large toolkit and tweaked their baby DSLR to create the awkwardly named D5100, 3100, whatever. Well, it was only a matter of time before they did the same with their D5K. Here it is, add 100.
What do you get with the extra 100 tagged onto the model name? Well, it doesn't look like much has changed. But this is the year of the tilty flippy action. Look on the back and you'll see one of the key improvements.
But it's not just a case of Nikon desperately trying to grab a slice of Canon's tilty flappy action. Because the D5000 had it before. I don't think I need to do much explanation about the tilty flippy screen. It tilts. It flips.
The nice thing is that the LCD screen has been enlarged to 3" and with more pixels too.
Bokeh! Nikon have upped the specs a little bit. It's now got a 16 megapixel sensor. Yay! Oh, some things haven't changed. For example, it's still got 11 autofocus points. And continuous burst is still 4 frames per second. Start time.
Now it has 1080p video recording capabilities and a Nikon speciality, full-time autofocus in video mode.
Focus. There's a focus. Come on. It's having troubles focusing. And does let you play around a bit. I mean, for instance, it's got mic input. There's a new Nikon microphone introduced with this camera. But with a standard mic input, you can use any one you like. And also, you can adjust the sound levels. But like the D7000, you've only got limited settings, from low, medium, high to auto. And also now, the D5100 takes 14-bit RAW files, which is not really that useful, but when you take poorly exposed photos and you want to pull the details from the shadows, it does help. Let me show you.
So here's a photo of before and then after we tweak the levels.
One interesting feature is that it's got an HDR mode. Let's switch that on. Unfortunately, I've got to bring a tripod, so we'll just have to think creatively.
Here's a non-HDR photo, and here's one with the HDR mode turned on. Ooh, look at that dynamic range.
But interesting new features don't come in the form of specky specs, they come in the form of HDR mode and some cool filters. Yeah! Wasn't expecting the flash to pop up there. I was expecting some kind of subtle streak shooting there, but then bang! Have a flash in your face. Not expected. You've got stuff like low key, which makes things dark. That's not good. Or high key, which makes things bright. Let's give it some high key. Lovely. See, loads of Jackie Chan's stunt doubles. They're out of work now, so they've got to do that. Another Jackie Chan stunt double. Hey, 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 it's Jackie Chan. Oh yeah, art filters. And then there's the selective color mode, which doesn't work when you do it like this. What you have to do is switch it to live view mode. So how the selective color works is that you've got a little square there, and you have to select the area of color that you want to keep. So let's pick the red taxi, and then logically you press up There you go. And that's the effect you get. It's like Schindler's List, but with a red taxi instead of a red coated girl. Let's try selective colour on his shirt. Oh no, he's moving. Bang! It's like a sniper. No! No! Yes! The selective colour mode works best in live view mode. And that brings me on to the live view switch. Because with the D7000 and D5100, they put it here, which is quite a nice, logical placement. It's right at your thumb tip. But here is up here, which is kind of odd. With the movie record button up here. It's kind of like if somebody exchanged your mouth placement with your anus. It's alright, you can get used to it. It's just that you have to be careful where you put your fingers. Sorry, that was a crap analogy. I'm talking out my arse. But not only that, it's the playback button, which is here. I mean, I'm used to having it here. And because of the tilty, swivelly screen, they can't put it here, which I'm used to. Maybe I'm just being too picky. I mean, after all, this is a camera for starters. And to them, it doesn't matter about where Nikon used to put the switches.
It's a nice refinement of the previous model rather than being something with drastic improvements. It now has a decent video mode, decent flippy screen and some creative filters. It's still a winning formula despite the mild tweaks, simply because it's now a formidable package. It does all really quite well for a reasonable price. Decent image quality and performance to please the average photography enthusiast.